Oh.
Oh. And may it begin. Okay, welcome all of my fellow Skalites. It's great to see you over Zoom. Once again, we have a nice large crowd today, so thank you for making the time to attend with us. Today's meeting will be a celebration of our past presidents of Skal Boston. Throughout the next hour, we will hear from 15 of our 27 living past presidents. And I would like to thank those past presidents for submitting their videos. They are great. And to thank Deborah Borgort, our vice president, and to my colleague at the CVB, Greg Thomas, for their help in putting together today's video presentation. I think you will enjoy it as much as I have. Personally, I would like to thank all of the past presidents for all of your hard work and dedication during your years leading up to your presidency and for your service since. It is greatly appreciated. It is one of the reasons that the Boston Skal Club is the #1 club in the United States. So here's to all of you once again. Congratulations and thank you.
Cheers.
And thank you to you, Beth, for the hard work that you did in trying to round up, cats. But anyway, it was a lot of work. So thank you very much for the efforts.
Well, you're most welcome. It was really Deb and Greg Thomas on our team at the Bureau that really helped it and made it happen. I hope you will enjoy the videos as much as I did when I saw them. At the conclusion of today's meeting, I would like to ask everyone except for the past presidents to leave when we're done so that we can try to get a screenshot and grab that so we can get a picture of all the past presidents. But before we get started on the showing the past presidents, I do think we have a guest today, which is our first Zoom guest. So Carrie Campbell, would you please like to introduce your guest?
Yes, please. Good afternoon, Madam President. Today we are joined by Cheryl White-Vincent from the Museum of Science. She's on the Zoom call somewhere. Welcome, Cheryl. We're thrilled to have you. And
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl. Welcome.
Oh, Cheryl.
I think Joe also has a guest.
Great to see you, Cheryl.
Joe, do you also have a guest?
Yes, thank you, Carrie, for Madam President. I think Sean Cotto, the general manager of the Hyatt region, the Hyatt Centric at Faneuil Hall, is on but not visible. So, Sean, welcome to the group.
Thank you. Great to be here, Jeff.
Welcome, Sean.
Not all of it either.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, both of you. In a normal situation, in a normal year, we would be all gathered together in a nice venue someplace. So this one, you get to both take advantage from the location of your choice and be able to see all of us. We hope that you enjoy today and that you will have a taste of what Skal has meant to all of us through the videos of our past presidents. So I think we want to get started. We're going to go in chronological order. And we're going to show 3 videos at a time. So today we're going to start in 1986 with Dana Vanasse, 1993 with Bruce Beckham, and then we'll finish it off with Dennis Graham from 1994. So Greg, should we go?
My name is Dana Vanasse. I served as the club president in 1986. It was my pleasure to enjoy many wonderful events, especially the Ladies' Night held at the Ritz-Carlton. My wish for the future is the continued success of the club and the camaraderie I enjoyed with the many, many members.
Hi, my name is Bruce Beckham, and I was the president of the Boston Skal Club in 1993. My most favorite memory is Joe Curran. Probably one of the greatest Boston Skal members ever. He made everything so much fun, and he was our entertainment director for many, many years and did such a great job. Everyone loved him.
Thank you, Skal Boston, for honoring our club's past presidents. Hi, I'm Dennis Graham, and I was president of Boston Skal in 1994. Bill Clinton was our president at that time, and Boston was one of the chosen cities to host the World Cup soccer. A memorable luncheon of that year was down at the Marble House in Newport, Rhode Island, a beautiful mansion built by the Vanderbilts. Everybody had a great time and it was a beautiful day. As we go forward, I wish everybody to be safe and hope to see everyone and all of us together soon. Take care.
Thank you so much, Bruce, Dana, and Dennis, for your years as president and for those videos. It was it's great to see. And I want to know about that entertainment director. I'm going to talk to find out if we need one of those. I think we do. Next up, we're going to hear from our presidents in 2003, Chris Canavan, Saeed in 2006, and Robyn in 2007. So, Greg?
Greetings, fellow colleagues. My name is Chris Canavan, and I had the distinct pleasure and honor of serving as your president back in 2003. And some of the wonderful memories I have are, of course, all the events we hosted, as well as the trips we went on. But most importantly, it's all the wonderful people that I've met and the relationship we've been able to forge. And one more thing is all of the people that I was fortunate enough to have tapped to follow in our footsteps as eventual presidents of the club. I'm sure they are really happy that they made that decision, and now they're recording a little message of their own. So for everybody out there, stay safe, be well, and look forward to the day we can all join together again. Skal.
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 Dear friends, my name is Syed Saleh. I hope this video finds you and your families healthy and safe. I had the honor to serve as the president for Boston Skal Club for 2006-2007 year. These are a challenging time we are all living through. However, the tradition and the true spirit that are Boston Skal Club Foundation will never be lost to its membership. We are reminded of how interconnected we all are. I wish you the best.
Hi, I'm Robyn Culbertson, and I have the honor and privilege to serve Boston Skal Club as president in 2007. I'm proudest of the fact that the membership started the first hospitality scholarship fund during that year in memory of fellow colleague Keith Staples, and that it continues to expand and thrive today. My wish for Skal in 2021 is that we all continue to support our fellow colleagues as we find our way through these difficult times. Our club needs us now more than ever, and our industry needs Skal to help rebuild its future. To fellow colleagues everywhere.
Skal.
Thank you, Chris, Saeed, and Robyn, to start the scholarship fund that we did back in 2007. It just says and speaks volumes about our club and where we were then and where the presidents since then have taken the club. So thank you very much. I've asked Holly Powers. All of you know Holly. She's the former Skal USA president. She is the current Skal USA counselor and always our Boston Skal Club member. So Holly's going to update us on a few things that are happening at Skal International. So Holly, it's all yours.
Thank you, Beth. Hi, everyone. It's such an honor to be a member of this club. We are the third largest Skal club in the world, and I always tell everyone we are the most active. And it's really an interesting time in our industry. Being on these Zoom calls, I have the privilege, I guess, of being on them from all over the world weekly. And to see what's happening in our industry, it's heartbreaking. But I know that clubs like Boston will hold strong, and we will continue to be strong after this is over. And let's hope it's sooner than later. Just some exciting news. For all of the past presidents, they will know what I speak, but in the past, everyone that has had the opportunity to go to a World Congress know that even though the United States is the largest national committee by far in the Skal world, we don't always send enough delegates to the World Congress, so we don't always have the biggest vote. But that will change this year, because for the very first time in the 85 years of Skal history, the World Congress will be via Zoom. So those delegates will be on the Zoom call, as Beth will be our delegate from Boston. They will be voting, but everybody else will be able to join via YouTube. So the information is coming out. So I urge everybody to experience a World Congress, see your friends from around the world. And for once, Skal USA, and of course, Skal Boston is one of the 6 clubs that has 2 votes because of our size. So we will be able to finally have the say that we should have at the World Congress. So I ask all of you to join us. And again, thank you for all of the past presidents for having done such a great job on our behalf. It's always been a pleasure to serve, and it's fun. And I will concur with Bruce. Our friend, Mr. Curran, was really an amazing colleague and a lot of fun. So again, thank you everyone, and have a great day.
Thanks, Holly. I appreciate it. And I forgot to tell everybody that we are recording today's session so that we can have our videos live on all of our social media channels. So I hope that no one is adverse to that. I should have done that at the beginning and I didn't. So thank you very much. So thanks again, Holly, and thanks for those updates. And I'm looking forward to the 17th of October so that I can hear all the good things. And I know today at our board meeting, we did talk about dues for next year and things like that. So I know that those decisions will be forthcoming and we will be able to share that information with our club once it's out from international. So thanks again. So now we would like to hear from our presidents from 2009, 10, and 11, which is Julie McConchie, Leo Koppelman, and Chris Pappas.
Hi, Skal. It's Julie McConchie. I was your president in 2009. One of my favorite memories was our vertical party, not virtual, but vertical at Red Rock. And my wish moving forward is to be able to gather again and travel and to be together for friendship and long life and good health. Skal.
Glenn Koppelman, and I was your president for the year 2010. That was the last year, I believe, that we could all fit into restaurants comfortably. But I will say that the outstanding event, which happens just about every single year, is Dave Colella and what he does for us at Christmas time at the Colonnade. It is something to admire and appreciate. Thank you all.
I'm Chris Pappas, and I was president of the Boston Skal Club in 2011. I've been a member of the club for 22 years, so I have lots of favorite memories. Some might say it should be the automation of the club, putting systems in place so that we could register online, so that we could pay by credit card for our lunches and our raffles, having a website, and even having social media. But my favorite memory is standing on the podium next to the host every month the year that I was president and watching all of you raise your glass and do the Skal toast. It was quite an impressive sight and one that's only seen by the president and the host. It's indelibly etched in my memory.
Very nice.
Well said, Chris.
Wasn't that well said? I
Yes.
can only imagine how well that is. Chris is the one that got me involved very actively in Skal, and I will always be indebted to her for that. And it was just her ability to get us automated is wonderful, because I can't even imagine what the secretaries and the treasurers had to do before it was automated. So it's great to see what all of our past presidents have done. So now, I would like to hear from 2012, Bob Lawler, 2015, Julie Pagano, and 2016, Dan Donahue, our past presidents from them. So, Greg?
Hello, fellow colleagues. This is Bob Lawler, your 2012 Skal president. My favorite memory of my Skal presidency was my trip to Seoul, South Korea for the Skal World Congress. It was an amazing opportunity to meet fellow colleagues from around the world and share ideas and visions and really promote hospitality and tourism across many nations. My wish going forward is that we all recover very quickly and we get the tourism and hospitality industry back on its feet. I look forward to seeing you all in person as soon as possible and raising a glass and toast to that speedy recovery.
Hi, fellow colleagues. It's Julie Pagano. I had the honor to serve as president in the year of 2015. I was the 6th woman president to serve in the 76 years of our club's history. My fondest memories of our club are built on the friendships and the relationships. They are lifelong and meaningful. And my hope and wish for our club moving forward is that we continue to be unique. We stand by and stick by one another. And when we meet again to raise a toast, there will be tears of happiness. Thank you, Beth.
You know, there's been so many great moments with Skal and being together and just having fellowship and, you know, just talking and catching up. But if I were to think of two of my fondest memories, I think the first one would be the time that we were at Rochambeau and David Coelho was sitting next to me. He was choking on a piece of bread, and I had to give him the Heimlich, and it really saved his life. And that was special. Then the time that I was out in the foyer one time, we were at another hotel. I think it was, I forget which hotel, but Beth and Carrie and Julie and Terry were all discussing kind of loudly and kind of awkwardly who looks prettier in chains. And you know, I had to break that up. So, but you know, maybe that wasn't a special moment, but just a moment that, you know, I remember as fond and just being together. And the good news is now they're all talking. But by and large, we have a great group. Boston is the best Skal in the United States, maybe the world, and I'm happy as punch to be a part of it.
Well, I'm sort of speechless after that one. But thank you all. And really, Dan. Bob, congratulations on your new job. It's great to hear that you're at the helm of Boston Harbor Cruises and back on the water. And but we will miss seeing you, or I will miss seeing you in the back bay. But congratulations. And Julie, you got Bob back, so that's great back there on the water. I recently had asked, and we actually, she spoke at our Director of Sales and Marketing meeting earlier this week, Jill Tate, one of the principals at Corinthian event, and the other principal, Courtney Church, put together a great event called the Empty event, which coincided with the Red Alert event, which were two industry-wide events that really paid tribute to all the people behind the scenes of what we are going through in our industry during the COVID period. So IA, since we're all hospitality, and that is what the basis of what Skal is, I asked Jill to be able to do a presentation today. It'll be about 10 minutes or so about what this event is all about and how we can really help spread the word to the right people about how much our industry is hurting. So Jill, if you can take it away, and I know Greg, if you need Greg's help, let him know.
Yep, he just has to let me share the screen.
Okay.
So while we're doing that, I'll just start before I can share my screen. But so Courtney, who I think quite a lot of you know, she really brainchilded this, and after seeing several other cities host this event called the Empty event. And okay, I think you all should be able to see my screen now. But so the Empty event is an event that was created by the Live Events Coalition, and the coalition was born out of the COVID crisis. And it's really, the intent of it is to give a voice to so many people in our industry that don't have a voice. And it's the people that are behind the scenes, and they're working behind the curtain, literally, like Oz, I'd like to think, but they're behind the curtain and they're making these live events come to life. Like Greg is working on the audio and we can see him, I think, through Zoom, but most of the time, a lot of these people are behind the curtain. The voice is being given to not just the AV guys, but all of the riggers and all of the wait staff and the people that are pushing boxes into the venues, the entertainers, floral designers, caterers, talent, producers, technicians, general contractors. There's just so many people that go unnoticed. And we kind of like it that way. We like to work in the shadows and not bring attention to ourselves, but we really like to make sure we still see the people's faces just like everybody else, and we get a true jazz off of the hospitality work that we do. So the first of two events that were produced a couple of weeks ago, right around the Labor Day, the first one was the Red Alert. And there are a lot of different organizations that were born out of the COVID crisis. The Red Alert is one, and they were making their statement by lighting up all of these buildings. And so they lit up, I think, 1,500 buildings across the country in all major cities. It was quite an opportunity for people to just give some light to the industry. And then, you know, the Red Alert, you can see it just broadly. It's a state of emergency. We're all in that state of emergency, and for sure. And they got a bit of press for that. The next one is what I was alluding to, is the Empty event. And we set an event on Copley Square on the Monday of Labor Day. And basically all of the seats at the event were empty. And in the place cards, you can see that we put all of the different types of employees and just put unemployed, because there are just so many that are unemployed. And a lot of these people that are unemployed through this, we know that it's affected everybody. There's unemployment in every single industry, but quite a lot of these people are not W-2 workers, though there are some W-2 workers. There are quite a lot of freelancers, self-employed individuals that fill this role. And so there's quite a lot of 1099 employees in all of these roles. So the mission of the Live Events Coalition was to really bring a voice to this and get some press attention. We did achieve that, and we did have some local press. It's really just the beginning of finding a voice. And when I was on the DOSM call yesterday, we talked even a little bit further about, you know, what does the voice do from here? And it was a really great conversation that sent me into doing some afternoon research on how we affect the well-being of the state and the city. And so, you know, looking at just the budget of the city and figuring out, and all of that stuff is available online. But as we all know, you know, the hotels are really driving this hospitality piece, and to bring back all of this business and employ all of these people again, the stagehands, the riggers, any kind of event that you can imagine utilizes these people. When I looked at the budget of the city, and you probably all know this, and I'm just like a numbers person that needed to look at this, but you know, the room tax revenue is the 5th largest contributor to the city's budget. And I'm sure that everybody probably knows that, but I hadn't focused on it before. And I just thought it was really interesting. So, you know, I think as these organizations are trying to have this voice, I think we really are going to need to, you know, while these, it's not really a protest, but while these events are really bringing light to the public, I think that we're going to have to get more pointed in the future in really trying to have a voice at the table with the government. And I think using our leverage that we pay for the state, basically, and we pay for the city through our revenue, that we're really just going to have to keep pushing the envelope. But there's so many people that are affected, and some of the best parts that came out of this event were one that we got to realize that passion again a little bit and see a lot of our friends that we work with on a regular basis that are part of our families that, like everybody else, that's been cut off. We made a lot of new friends with new vendors and people that are in the field that stepped up to volunteer their time and their resources. People were super generous to say, what can I do to help? And so the Live Events Coalition has a pretty tall order, and I think coming together with as many people as we can to get a voice at that table is going to be very important going forward. So, here people got silly. People were just so happy to see each other again and have some fun and, have a bar that didn't serve any liquor, which is always a disappointment. But bartenders, everybody's lost so much. And I think that I think everybody realizes it, but when it's on such a large scale with the hotels and so forth, we know that there's a lot being lost there. But when one person has their business and everything they've built as an independent person is lost, I feel like the impact is more concentrated and succinct to smaller companies and small individuals. So it was a really, really great event, and it is continuing to travel around the country. You can see in that picture, it gives event people like me twitches because the banner is so wrinkly in the background. But the banner has been shipped to all of these different events because obviously we're trying to conserve every penny and make sure that all of this goes away and we start to recover. But in order to recover, we do have to get the needle to move at the city, state, and federal level as far as starting to allow us to have meetings again and with appropriate numbers. We talked a little bit about the National Restaurant Association, or the Mass Restaurant Association, has done a great job and has had a good voice at the table with the city, but it's not necessarily equalized for the hotel business and the group business. While the hotels have capacity, your ballroom might have capacity for 500 people, but we're still only allowed 25, where the restaurants are, I believe, allowed 40% of their small space. So we have to figure out how to get that voice heard and equalize, at the very least, equalize the playing field across the hospitality industry and not just sectioned off to the restaurants. So here's a number slide, because I know there's a lot of people that do like numbers. These numbers are actually from they're a little outdated. They're from 2018 when the CIC did their last big study and got all of the people. But, as we all know in the hospitality industry, we know how much impact we have. But I do think when you look at it and you say, holy smokes, like this, there are so many people. And so that's really what we did, and we just really need to continue to band together and open the conversations up. After I had the call, or I participated in a DOSM call, a few people reached out to me after that, and we got ourselves all riled up and ready to write letters and figure out how to get our words in. But we would welcome anybody's questions, thoughts, initiatives, because as we all keep saying, we are all in it together. And we should drink a lot, and Skal to all of you.
Thank you, Jill.
Thank you. I'll unshare. Okay.
Thank you very much, Jill. To me, it was just as moving today as it was when I saw it a couple days ago. So I really appreciate your showing it. And Martha Sheridan, my boss and the president and CEO of the CVB, is really our advocate for this. She and Dan Donahue, who is our chairman of the board and former past presidents we just heard, are really our quote unquote cheerleaders, and they're the ones that are constantly calling everybody up on the Hill with what we need to have. So please, if there's anyone that you have any facts, anything that you need to do, and sorry, Martha, I'm going to ask that they send the information to you or to me, and I'll make sure it gets to Martha. Anything that we can do to try to get the gathering numbers up, to stress the importance of our industry, whatever we need to do. I know that all of us would love to be able to get back and gather, and we're just an organization of 180 people that meet once a month. Just think of all those other people that cannot do it. And we get frustrated with only seeing 25 people max on a screen. And, you know, we just need to try to get our voice heard. So thank you, Jill, and to Courtney for executing that. It is greatly appreciated. So thank you. Martha, I'm going to call you out. Do you need, I mean, you're not on the run of show, but is there anything that you would like to add? Because I am sorry, but I mean, this is, I know, near and dear to your heart.
Sure. Well, I want to thank Jill for her advocacy. She's an amazing partner. And I will just say that, you know, we are in contact with Secretary Keneally's office. I'm in contact with them several times a week. We get a lot of very specific questions from our partners as to what can and can't be done. Actually, I'll be sending out a communication to our members today that'll give an example of one such question, which was hosting religious services within a hotel ballroom versus a church. And the good news is that you can follow the church protocols if that's something that your hotel has been asked to do. So, you know, I think the key for us, and we've been waiting for the governor to get past this, you know, first month of school and college and university openings, and we're waiting for a window after that time to go back and kind of talk about the gathering limits and the quarantine issues, and how can we have a better kind of happy medium as it relates to that. And Dan is a great partner with me on that. So I think the key is, you know, we do know the restaurant industry has been very loud and clear on a lot of these issues, and we've been doing the same for the broader community. But I think we're going to hopefully get something of a face-to-face meeting just to kind of impress upon leadership these comments that Jill just talked about, the data, and also the data from our hotel industry. So please send me any questions you have about any of the rules, regulations, et cetera, and I'm always happy to forward them. And the governor's office has been very responsive when we've asked them questions. So thank you, Beth.
No, thank you, Martha. So now we get to end with the last three presidents, which would be Carrie Campbell, Ed Frederick, and Terrilynn, to have their viewpoint on Skal Boston. So Carrie's up first.
Hello, my hospitality people. I'm Carrie Campbell. I was president in 2017, and I just want to show you this view of our beautiful ballpark. My favorite memory from when I was president is probably the trip to P-Town. We all took the fast ferry, and then we took a lovely trolley tour and met for lunch, and were served delicious lobster rolls and all kinds of yummies. And then we got a little time to shop, and we took the fast ferry back. It was a great time. My hope for Skal in 2021 is that we will be able to gather and have fellowship together. I miss being in person with you guys and connecting. So that's my hope. I'm probably not the only one who has that hope. And also a special shout out, sorry it's windy, to Beth, because I don't know if I could do what she's doing in the middle of COVID. We're still meeting, and we still are doing our best to connect. So thank you, Beth. Great job.
Hello, colleagues. I'm Ed Frederick, and I was the Skal Boston president in 2018. A couple of memorable events from my presidency were hosting the Skal USA Executive Board meeting in conjunction with the celebration of our 80th anniversary. We were voted the second best club in Skal International at the Mombasa World Congress, where I had the distinct honor of representing our club. That was a great moment in our club's history, and I appreciate it all the more now. I just wish our club continued success going forward, and I know Deb will do a great job.
Ms. Terrilynn Haak. I am Skal International Club Boston President 2019. I will say, looking back at my year as Skal Club President for Boston, my most favorite memory is the day I actually became Skal Club President for Boston. We were hosting our anniversary celebration at the Hotel Commonwealth, and having the opportunity to become president and look into the auditorium and look at all of our industry professionals, who now I'm privileged to say are my friends. That was my favorite memory. Looking forward for Skal Boston, I think what I want more than anything is for us to get together again. We have such an amazing club, and we laugh and we have great times, and we raise a ton of money for charities that are definitely in need right now. So I can't wait for all of us to get together. Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie, Ed, and Terry. The three of you will probably influenced me, along with Chris, more than anyone else, because you're the ones that helped guide me and gave me the direction I needed to be able to be president. So thank you very, very much on that one. And I have to admit, Terry's chain was borrowed by Chris Pappas, because I was so efficient as vice president that I ordered it back in November, and I have put it, as I told the board today, in a very safe place. That safe place is nowhere to be found. So it's safe, but I don't know where it's at. So we will get Terry a new chain that she can wear. And I apologize that she had to use someone else's for that video, but that was my fault. It's squirreled away someplace, either in my office or in a purse or a bag or something that I last used probably, maybe I should ask David Colella, because it might have been at the Christmas party. But anyway, thank you, the three of you, and thank you to all of our past presidents for letting us celebrate you today. During the video, I heard some key words and phrases that describe what Skal means to me, and probably to each one of you. The camaraderie, the friendship, the people, the Skal trips, looking forward to the time when we can once again gather. David Colella and those fabulous holiday parties, our charitable giving, the creation of our scholarships, not only for Keith, but for others, the automation of our club, including social media, our website, electronic registration. As I mentioned earlier, I couldn't imagine doing it by hand anymore. Our wishes for a quick recovery, and the excitement of being president, of being able to stand in front of all of you and to see you each and every month. It seems to be something that each and every one of our past presidents, it means the world to them. And we couldn't have done it without all of you. So I think that we need to raise our glasses one more time and toast all of our past presidents and to say thank you very much. So to all of you, thank you from Skal Boston.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
And where in the world is David Colella?
He's getting ready for the December party. He's going to make a great Zoom party. Our next meeting is going to be via Zoom on Thursday, October 15th at noon. And today at our board meeting, we decided that we're going to put a little bit of a Halloween twist to it. So stay tuned for that. I think there's going to be some recipes for some brew. I think that we may ask you either to wear a more formal mask, not the ones that we're all used to wearing now, and maybe submit some pictures of when you were out at a Halloween party, regardless of your age, and we'll put some type of a video together to share that. So I would like to thank you all for joining us today, and if everyone except the past presidents could depart, in the next couple minutes. I know you might want to network for a while, but if I could ask you like 3 minutes or so, but so at 12:50 we can ask, we can get all the past presidents in so we can get that Zoom picture. That would be great. So thank you again. It was great seeing all of you. Thank you to our past presidents for doing the video and getting them in. Many thanks to Deb for making it happen, and for Greg Thomas on our team over at the CVB for being behind the scenes and making sure that everything got up in a timely basis. And as always, to Chris Pappas for letting us use her Zoom account. So thanks a lot, you guys.
Hey, great.
Thank you.
Beth.
Take care.
Thanks, Beth.
Thanks, everybody.
Good job.
Thanks, Madam President. You're most welcome.
So do we all just wait on this video for a couple of minutes?
Yes, you do. All the past presidents, if you just wait, and we'll hopefully get you all on one screen.
Beth, you've done
Okay.
such a great job making this interesting. Thank you so much. I know
No,
it's
It's great, Beth.
It was a
Here,
team effort. It really was.
well done.
The videos, when I saw them the first time, you guys, I cried. I had tears in my eyes. It was like, oh my God. So
I cried making it. It was hard.
I bet it was.
So
No,
Beth,
it would be good.
Beth, can you tell how many members attended
Oh,
today on
I
video?
looked at one time, we had over 40, but I'm not sure.
I saw 50.
I saw 55.
Okay.
Okay.
So somebody's sharing their screen.
Yeah, what's that?
I don't know.
I didn't touch anything.
Then it's a you.
I thought, oh, is there work I have to do?
So I'll just show you, I'm wearing an extra president's. This is from Liam Sexton.
Can you give
That doesn't say
Great.
Terry Hawk on the back of it? Think it does.
He was president in 1984.
10.
1984. And he was a stubborn little Irishman that ran the club, and then he became a regional director for Skal when they had regional directors, and he was a good man. So I was given his presidential medallion through Dana Vanasse. So I thought I'd just share it with you.
Oh, I think that's good.
great.
That's great.
Dennis, can you see this? This is
Yes.
This
Yes.
is my Waterford gavel that he gave me. He was one of my sponsors. Chris Canavan.
That
It's
must
still on
be
my
worth,
desk.
that must be worth something now.
Yeah, I'm not going to give you my address. So maybe stolen Terry Hawk's chain. I don't know what's next.
Does anybody have it? I'm like, did I give it to somebody? It's like, oh my God.
I'll check the time capsule box.
Yeah, please. That's it. That's a good story. Terry, it's in the time capsule box.
That's right.
I'll have to think of that one. That's got to be rolled up in something in one of your purses. One of your
Oh, I'm
purses.
sure it is. It's someplace safe. It's like I said, it's very safe. I just have no idea.
Okay,
Okay, let's see.
we ready to go? I got some extra past presidents on here, but
Hey,
great.
Bruce, Bruce, to your point, no one can replace Joe Curran. I don't even think we could find another person to
Okay, so
get close to.
Dana,
And
can
to
you put your, and Dan, can you put your cameras back on, please?
hi, Dan.
There you go. Dana? Who's et cetera?
I don't know.
Ben Copperman, how are you?
Okay. Okay, Saeed, can you put it on? Otherwise, I'm jumping off. Aaron needs to jump off. And whoever 508 is.
Bob Weiss. I don't know what.
Is that Bob?
Hello, Bob.
Oh, there's Bob. Okay. Greg, do you know, I wonder if Erin had something else to do and she just can't get up. Can I take her off?
Yeah, if you're the host, you should be able to kick
Yeah,
people
so
off.
on my screen, I've hidden the non-video participants, so they're not being shown right now.
Okay, so I'm leaving. Thanks a lot, you guys. We appreciate it. Can't wait to see the picture and the video. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Beth.
Bye.
Chris, I still have no video for you right now.
Chris Canavan. Yep.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, no, we just see a black screen, Chris.
Oh, wow. Sorry. Let me see if I can correct that.
So you
Hey,
got me.
Dana, how are you?
Hello. Oh, there you are. Whoa.
Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you.
Good, Dana.
So who's ETC?
I have to go. I have a 1 o'clock, so.
I do too.
All right, I'm gonna take a quick one then, real quick, while I just have at least you guys. So
Okay.
1 second. And all right, we should be good with that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Don't smile, Bruce.
Okay, I'll try not to.
Good to see everybody.
Bye.
Bye,
Great seeing
Julie.
everybody.
Okay.
Bye, Chris.
Everybody stay safe.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Yes.
Bye.
Thank
Bye,
you. Have a
everyone.
good game, Bob.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Chris, good to see you, Chris.